The stars were quiet that night. Earth spun slowly in the blackness of space, unaware of the storm that was approaching. On the bridge of the International Space Defense Station, Commander Leah Voss stared at the blinking radar. Something unusual had appeared in the outskirts of the solar system. Not a comet, not an asteroid. Something bigger, something alive. "Commander, I'm picking up multiple signals," said Lieutenant Harris, his voice tight. "They're not ours. They're moving fast, intelligent fast." Leah's hand hovered over the console. Her heart raced. Humanity had heard stories, rumors about distant alien civilizations, but no one had ever seen them. Until now. "Show me," she said, keeping her voice steady. The screen lit up with strange shapes, shimmering with colors that the human eye had never learned to understand. Massive ships larger than any man-made craft were approaching. And they weren't alone. A fleet followed, moving in perfect formation like a swarm of predators circling their prey. "Sir, this fleet," Harris whispered. "It's headed straight for Earth." Leah felt a chill. She had trained for emergencies, alien encounters, natural disasters, but nothing had prepared her for this. The entire planet was in danger, and she knew it. Meanwhile, in orbit above Mars, the Galactic Council convened in secret. Representatives from hundreds of alien civilizations gathered, their forms strange, beautiful, terrifying. There was an urgency in the air. Holograms of star maps and data floated in the room. The Council's leader, an enormous creature with 3 eyes and glimmering scales, banged its clawed hand on the table. "They have declared war on Earth," it said. The words echoed in the chamber. "We cannot ignore this. Humanity is advancing too quickly. They are unpredictable, dangerous." A murmur ran through the Council. Many feared humanity, but few believed they could survive against the combined might of the galaxy. Yet some, those who had studied human history, knew better. They had seen what humans could do when cornered. Back on Earth, Leah's communicator beeped urgently. It was a direct message from Earth's president. "Commander Voss, this is not a drill. We have received intelligence. Alien forces are approaching. Defense units are on high alert. You are authorized to engage." Leah felt the weight of the moment. Millions of lives depended on her decisions. "Understood," she said, gripping the console. "Prepare all defenses. Activate orbital shields. Notify ground units. This is happening." In the skies above Earth, alien ships began to break through the atmosphere. Their engines burned colors humans had no names for. Cities lit up with alarm sirens. Panic spread as news channels broadcast images of massive looming shadows falling across the continents. But humanity did not bow. Fighter jets scrambled, missiles launched, and energy cannons powered up. On the ground, people gathered, staring at the sky, fear mixed with a strange excitement. For the first time, Earth was united against a common enemy. Leah's voice came through the station's intercom. "This is Commander Voss. We don't know what they want, but we will not give up. Humanity will fight." The first wave of alien ships unleashed energy pulses. Entire cities were obliterated in moments. Yet humanity adapted. Weapons designed for defense hit back, even damaging some of the invaders. The aliens paused, surprised. This was not the easy conquest they had expected. Deep within one of the largest alien motherships, an officer watched the battle unfold on a screen. "Why are they resisting so fiercely?" it hissed. "They are primitive, weak, and yet they fight like nothing I've ever seen." Somewhere on Earth, a group of scientists worked frantically to understand alien technology. Dr. Malik, leading the team, looked at the data streaming in. "These ships, they are centuries ahead. But humans have something they don't. Imagination, creativity, unpredictability." Night turned into chaos. Explosions lit up the skies. Fires raged across cities. And yet in the chaos, stories of heroism emerged. Pilots flew through impossible odds. Civilians rescued strangers. Humanity's courage shone, even when faced with the impossible. Above the battlefield, Leah maneuvered her ship with skill that surprised even her own crew. They dodged beams, struck at weak points, and communicated silently with other defense units. Every move was a risk, but every move was necessary. And then, as the first day of the attack ended, something incredible happened. One alien ship, massive and gleaming, hovered over the Pacific Ocean. Its hull opened slightly, and a voice, clear and cold, spoke in every human language simultaneously. "Humans, surrender. Your resistance is futile. Your planet will be ours. Leah's hands tightened on the controls. Her voice was firm, carrying over the station's loudspeakers. "We will never surrender. Humanity fights, always." For the first time, the aliens hesitated. They had underestimated humans. They didn't understand what made Earth special. Something in the air shifted, though no one could say what it was, and far away in the shadows of the galaxy, an unknown observer watched, smiling. Humanity had just begun to awaken, and the universe would never be the same again. The battle was only starting. The morning after the first attack, Earth was still trembling. Cities smoked, oceans glimmered with fires reflecting alien engines, and humanity was awake in a way it had never been before. Commander Leah Voss looked at the radar again. More ships were coming. Bigger ones, faster ones. "Commander, they're regrouping," said Lieutenant Harris. "This is worse than the first wave. Their fleet is reorganizing, and it looks like they're targeting the major population centers next." Leah clenched her jaw. "Then we hit them first. We show them that Earth doesn't wait to die." Below the surface, the world's greatest scientists and engineers had been working night and day. Dr. Malik had already made a breakthrough. Using alien energy signatures collected during the first battle, his team designed a new weapon. It wasn't conventional. It wasn't even completely understood. But it was humanity's best chance. A device that could disrupt the alien ship's shields for a few critical minutes. "We don't know what will happen," Malik admitted, "but we don't have the luxury of waiting." In orbit, Leah's team readied their ships. Pilots checked every system, engineers double-checked every missile, and civilians across the globe prayed, hoped, or steeled themselves. For the first time, humanity's survival depended on skill, courage, and unity. As the alien fleet approached Earth's atmosphere, something unexpected happened. One of the smaller alien ships detached from the main formation and descended near the Amazon rainforest. It hovered silently, scanning. For hours, nothing happened. Then, without warning, it released energy probes that began scanning the planet's surface, studying humans, animals, forests, everything. Leah watched it from orbit, her heart hammering. "They're learning," she said. "They're analyzing us. But that gives us a window." On the ground, volunteer defense teams prepared traps and defenses. Improvised weapons, hacked drones, and old military technology were combined in ways no alien could anticipate. Humanity had never worked so fast or so intelligently. Each small success boosted morale. Every alien destroyed, even a minor scout ship, was proof that humans were unpredictable and dangerous. Then came the night strike. A massive alien ship fired energy beams that split cities in two. Entire streets vanished. But humanity did not crumble. Fighter pilots executed maneuvers that seemed impossible. Ground forces hit alien landing pods before they could deploy troops. And Dr. Malik's device, tested only in simulations, activated in orbit. A pulse of blue light erupted across the battlefield. Alien shields flickered, weakened, and some ships fell from the sky. Humanity had struck first, and the aliens did not expect it. Inside the alien command ship, alarms rang. Officers screamed. The Council's lieutenant, a tall crystalline being, stared at the screens. Impossible. They are too small. Too primitive, yet they fight with strategy, with cunning. Leah didn't see the fear on alien faces. She only saw opportunity. "Push harder," she ordered. "Hit every weak point we can. We're alive because we fight, not because we hide." And humanity did. Every corner of the planet became a battlefield. But humans found ways to use the terrain, the weather, even their own fear as a weapon. They adapted, learned, and grew stronger by the hour. In the sky above Europe, a squadron of human fighters faced an alien ship 3 times their size. The pilots knew the odds were near impossible, but they flew anyway. Each move was precise, each attack unexpected. The alien vessel fired relentlessly, yet human ingenuity prevailed. One fighter, piloted by Lieutenant Hannah Reed, dove into the ship's weak point and detonated explosives that sent the massive vessel spinning out of control. Back on the main human base, Leah received the message. The battle was turning. Not victory yet, but for the first time, hope. Meanwhile, the aliens reconsidered their strategy. They sent a delegation of their most cunning scouts capable of infiltration to study human behavior on the ground. But what they did not understand was the unpredictability of humans. Small acts of rebellion, Tiny moments of courage and unplanned strategies were already shaping the battlefield. A teenager, hiding in a ruined city with her little brother, found a downed alien probe. Instead of running, she studied it, touched its controls, and somehow triggered a malfunction. It sent a signal back to the alien fleet, causing confusion. One small human mind had disrupted an entire operation. On orbit, Leah smiled grimly at the unexpected victory. "Humans fight," she said, "and they fight smarter than anyone expects." The Galactic Council, observing from afar, grew worried. "We underestimated them," said one of the elders, its voice echoing across the chamber. "Primitive? Yes, dangerous, more than we could imagine." But the aliens were not defeated. Far away in the shadowed corners of space, their leaders whispered of a new plan, something far more destructive, something that could erase Earth entirely. And yet, they still did not understand what humanity had discovered. The fire of courage, the strength of unity, the refusal to surrender, even against impossible odds. Leah knew the battle was far from over. But she also knew something the aliens did not. Humans had something worth fighting for, something that could never be destroyed. Their spirit. As the night fell over a battered but alive Earth, the stars seemed to twinkle differently. Maybe they were watching, maybe they were waiting. But one thing was certain. Humanity had made its first strike, and the universe would never forget it. The war had begun. Earth was scarred but not broken. Cities smoked, forests burned, and oceans reflected the chaos of the ongoing alien assault. Yet humanity stood firm. Commander Leah Voss hovered over the battle maps, analyzing every strike, every move of the alien fleet. She knew the key to survival wasn't just courage, it was understanding the enemy. "Commander, sensors picked up something unusual," Lieutenant Harris said, his fingers flying over the controls. "The alien ships are transmitting encrypted signals. But there's a pattern. They're vulnerable at specific intervals." Leah leaned in closer, eyes sharp. "Show me everything." The screen displayed a complex rhythm of alien communications pulsing like a heartbeat. Humanity had never faced such precision. Yet the patterns were predictable, almost mechanical. For the first time, Leah felt hope. "This is our chance," she whispered. Meanwhile, Dr. Malik and his team worked feverishly to decode the alien transmissions. Hours turned into days, but the breakthrough came quietly. "They rely on coordinated control signals," Malik explained, excitement in his tired voice. "If we disrupt the signals, even for a few minutes, we can take down multiple ships at once. It's risky, but it could change the tide of the war." Leah nodded, determination burning in her eyes. "Prepare the devices. We strike when the next wave arrives." On Earth, civilians were learning to fight in new ways. Engineers modified vehicles to launch small-scale attacks. Farmers and students turned abandoned factories into makeshift weapon factories. Humanity had become a living, breathing army of ingenuity. Every small action, every clever tactic was a threat the aliens had never calculated. The next wave arrived at dawn. Shadows blotted out the sun as massive alien ships descended into the atmosphere. Cities braced for destruction. Sirens blared. Fear filled the streets. But Leah and her team were ready. "Activate the disruption devices," Leah ordered. The pulse spread across the battlefield, invisible but deadly. Alien shields flickered, weapons misfired, and coordination broke down. Ships collided in orbit, and several fell into oceans and deserts. Inside the alien command ship, chaos erupted. Officers shouted, alarms blared, and the Council's lieutenant slammed a clawed hand against the control panel. "Impossible. Their attacks are small, primitive. Yet they cripple our fleet." On the ground, humans celebrated in cautious relief. Yet the war was far from over. The aliens were adapting, learning faster than anyone anticipated, and humanity had only scratched the surface of their enemies' secrets. In one of the ruined cities, a small squad of humans discovered an abandoned alien drone. Lieutenant Hannah Reed led the team. "We can study it, maybe reverse engineer something," she said. The team worked through the night, carefully dismantling the device, recording every circuit, every signal. Every discovery, every small gain made humanity stronger. Leah watched from orbit. "Every ship we down, every device we understand. We are teaching them that humans cannot be controlled, that we are not prey." The aliens, however, were not idle. In the shadows of deep space, a more terrifying fleet waited. Ancient ships long thought lost had emerged from the far edges of the galaxy. They were enormous, each capable of obliterating entire continents in minutes. And with them came a new kind of warrior, genetically engineered for war, faster and stronger than any human could imagine. Yet even as the odds grew heavier, humanity's spirit burned brighter. Stories of heroism spread across continents. A small resistance group in Africa intercepted an alien patrol and used the terrain to trap the invaders. Civilians became fighters. Teachers became strategists. Children watched, learning resilience. Leah knew that knowledge was power, but courage was unstoppable. "We will survive," she told her crew. "Every secret we uncover, every weakness we exploit, proves that humanity refuses to bow." And then, in the quiet of orbit, a strange signal appeared on the sensors. Not from the invading fleet, not from Earth, something ancient, something vast, watching. Leah frowned. "It's not theirs, not ours. But it's coming." On Earth, Dr. Malik studied the anomaly. "It's not a weapon. Not yet, it feels alive. Observing, waiting." The alien council noticed it too. Panic rose in the chamber. "What is this?" one member hissed.
"Something beyond our control."
"Something we did not anticipate. Humans may not be alone." Leah felt a strange thrill. Humanity had begun to awaken forces unknown, secrets buried in the galaxy, powers that might be their salvation. The aliens had underestimated one crucial thing: humans do not fight alone. Their will, their courage, their unpredictability attracted allies even from the unknown corners of the universe. As the day ended, Earth remained battered but undefeated. The alien fleet retreated, regrouping for something larger. Humanity had survived, adapted, and learned. And somewhere in the darkness of space, watching, waiting, was a force that could tip the war entirely. But in which direction, no one could yet say. Leah clenched her fists. "They thought we were weak. They were wrong. We are more than they can imagine." And as night fell over the planet, humans looked up at the stars with new understanding. The war was far from over, but they had begun to uncover the secrets that might turn the tide. Humanity's courage, intelligence, and unity were weapons no alien could ever fully comprehend. The fight for Earth was only beginning. The alien fleet had retreated, but Earth was far from safe. Cities were ruins, forests burned, and the oceans reflected scars of battle, yet humanity had survived. Commander Leah Voss stood on the bridge of the orbital station, scanning the horizon. Every alert, every blip on the radar told a story. The aliens were planning their next strike, but humans were ready. "Commander, sensors show several alien bases in orbit around the Moon and Mars," Lieutenant Harris said, voice tense. "They're not just attacking, they're building defenses. They're preparing for a full invasion." Leah's eyes narrowed. "Then we take the fight to them. Humanity doesn't wait for death. We fight. Always." Dr. Malik had worked tirelessly with his team, decoding alien technology and adapting it for human use. For the first time, humanity had weapons that could penetrate the shields of alien ships for short windows. The first strike would be dangerous, but it was their only chance to gain control. Meanwhile, on the surface, resistance fighters prepared. Civilians who had never fired a weapon before were now strategists and engineers. Cities became laboratories of innovation. Underground tunnels became secret bases. Humanity had become a single unified organism of courage and ingenuity. Leah led the first mission personally. Fighter jets, drones, and orbital ships formed a formation never seen before by humans or aliens. The plan was simple but risky. Hit the alien base on the Moon, disrupt communications, and return before reinforcements arrived. As the fleet approached, Leah felt the tension in the air. The Moon's surface glimmered with alien structures, massive towers of metal and energy shields. The first missiles were launched. Alien defenses reacted instantly, firing beams that tore through the vacuum of space with deadly precision. "Hold formation," Leah commanded. "Focus on the shield generators first." Every second counts, the battle raged. Lasers and missiles lit the darkness. Human pilots executed maneuvers no one thought possible. Each strike, each risk was a testament to the unpredictability of humanity. The aliens, confident in their superiority, faltered when faced with sheer ingenuity and courage. Meanwhile, on Earth, Dr. Malik's team worked remotely to amplify the disruption devices. Signals pulsed across space, hitting the alien communications network. Shields flickered. Weapons misfired. Chaos erupted inside the alien bases. Humanity's counterattack was working. Inside the main alien command ship, officers screamed in disbelief. How are they doing this? They should be crushed. They are primitive, weak, but humanity had never been about physical strength alone. Creativity, courage, and the refusal to give up were their true weapons. In the heat of battle, one human squadron discovered a weak point in the alien base. Lieutenant Hannah Reed led a daring assault, navigating through energy fields and laser grids. The squadron breached the shield generator, planting explosives. In seconds, the moon base erupted in flames, sending debris across the lunar surface. Leah watched from orbit, her heart racing. Good work. This is only the beginning. Humanity doesn't back down. As debris rained into space, an unexpected transmission appeared on the sensors. It was not from the aliens, but from the mysterious observer Leah had noticed weeks earlier. The signal was subtle, almost like a whisper. Dr. Malik analyzed it. It's ancient technology, advanced beyond anything in the galaxy. But it's helping us, maybe. It wants us to survive, Leah frowned. Then we follow it carefully. It may be our key. On Earth, humanity celebrated cautiously. News spread of the first major victory against the alien forces. Civilians cheered. Soldiers honored fallen comrades. Humanity had proven it could fight back, not with raw power alone, but with intelligence, courage, and unity. But the aliens were not defeated. The Galactic Council convened urgently. They are learning too fast, one elder hissed. Primitive? Yes, but cunning, adaptive, fearless. We underestimated them, and now they have allies we cannot see. Above the moon, the remnants of the alien fleet retreated, regrouping for a larger strike. But humanity had shown a spark the galaxy had not predicted. Every pilot, every engineer, every civilian had played a part. Humanity was no longer prey. Humanity was a force. Leah stared at the stars, thinking of the battles to come. They may have the numbers and the technology, she said quietly, but we have something they will never understand. Our will, our courage, our refusal to surrender. And far in the shadows of space, the unknown observer watched silently, calculating, waiting. Humanity had survived the first counterattack. The war was far from over. But now the balance was shifting. The universe had underestimated humans. That mistake would cost the aliens more than they could imagine. The fight for Earth was no longer just defense. Humanity was striking back. Humanity had learned to fight, to adapt, to survive. Earth had endured wave after wave of alien attacks, and now, for the first time, humans were striking at the source. Commander Leah Voss stood on the bridge of the orbital station, staring at the holographic map of the alien home system. This is it, she said. Their main fleet, their command centers, their entire network. If we take it down, we can change the war forever. Lieutenant Harris checked the coordinates nervously. The journey will be dangerous. Entire sectors of space are patrolled by alien warships. The enemy will not give up without a fight. Leah clenched her fists. Then we fight smarter. We fight together. Humanity doesn't wait for death. We create our own victory. Dr. Malik had devised a daring plan. Using the alien technology they had captured and reverse-engineered, they would infiltrate the command network. Small elite strike teams would move through space undetected, targeting the control centers of the alien fleet. If successful, the aliens would lose coordination and humanity could strike with full force. On Earth, civilians and resistance fighters prepared for the next step. Underground factories produced modified ships and weapons. Pilots trained relentlessly. Engineers and scientists worked side by side, turning chaos into opportunity. Every human on Earth contributed, proving that ingenuity and courage were as powerful as any alien weapon. The strike fleet launched quietly, slipping through patrols, moving like shadows among the stars. Leah led the mission personally. Her ship cut through space with precision, fighters following in perfect formation. As they approached the alien command sector, alarms suddenly blared on human ships. "They've detected us," Harris shouted. Alien vessels emerged from hidden sectors, ready to intercept. Leah's hands moved swiftly over the controls. "Evasive maneuvers! Stick to the plan!" "We cannot fail now." The battle erupted in the void of space. Lasers streaked across darkness. Missiles flared like shooting stars, and ships collided with explosive force. Humans fought with skill, ingenuity, and sheer courage, turning traps and ambushes against a technologically superior enemy. Every move was calculated, every risk measured. But humanity's unpredictability gave them an edge the aliens had not expected. Deep inside one of the alien command ships, Lieutenant Hannah Reed and her strike team prepared to board. Their mission was simple but deadly: infiltrate the core, plant disruption devices, and return before the alien reinforcements arrived. The interior of the alien ship was unlike anything humans had seen. Organic walls pulsated with energy. Strange glyphs glowed along corridors. Machines moved with lifelike intelligence. The strike team advanced silently, disabling security systems, avoiding patrols, and using alien technology against them. At the central command chamber, they planted the disruption devices. The moment they activated, alarms screamed. The ship's systems faltered. Communications broke down. Alien shields flickered and collapsed. Above, Leah's fleet seized the opportunity. Every weapon fired with precision. Human ingenuity and courage had created a window, and they took it fully. Ships that had once dominated the battlefield fell one by one. The alien fleet was in chaos. Meanwhile, Dr. Malik analyzed the strange signals from the unknown observer. "It's guiding us," he said. "It's showing us weaknesses, pointing us to the right targets. This force may be our ally, but we don't understand it fully yet." Leah felt a mixture of hope and caution. Humanity had allies they had never imagined, powers beyond their comprehension. But the enemy was not finished. Far in the distance, massive warships emerged from the shadows, ancient vessels that dwarfed anything humanity had encountered. The Galactic Council panicked. They are too cunning, too brave. They adapt faster than expected. Humanity is dangerous. In the heat of the battle, humanity proved it again. Pilots and ground teams coordinated perfectly. Even small teams on distant planets sabotaged alien operations. The unity, courage, and intelligence of humans overwhelmed enemies who had believed they were invincible. Leah knew the victory was temporary, but it was a turning point. Humanity had struck at the heart of the alien forces, revealing weaknesses and proving that courage and ingenuity could overcome even the most advanced technology. As the dust settled, the stars reflected the smoke of battle. Humanity had survived. Humanity had fought. Humanity had begun to turn the war in its favor. And somewhere in the void of space, the mysterious observer watched silently, a force beyond understanding, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself fully. Leah stared at the stars. "The war isn't over," she said softly. "But they now know. Humans are not to be underestimated. We will survive. We will fight. And we will win." The war for Earth had entered a new chapter. Humanity was no longer just defending. Humanity was striking back, and the universe was about to take notice. The stars shone like distant fires over a scarred galaxy. Earth and humanity had endured the unthinkable. Wave after wave of alien attacks, invasions, and battles that spanned planets and moons. Commander Leah Voss stood on the bridge of the orbital station, watching the alien fleet gathering in the outer sectors. The enemy was vast, more powerful than ever before, but humanity was ready. "This is it," Leah said, voice steady. "The final strike. The survival of our species depends on what we do next." Lieutenant Harris shook his head. "They have warships larger than Earth itself, hundreds of fighters, and something else. Ancient ships that move with purpose. If they hit us together, we won't survive." Leah's gaze hardened. "Then we show them why humans never surrender. We fight smarter, faster, stronger. Humanity doesn't bow. Humanity does not die quietly." Dr. Malik activated the devices they had salvaged from the alien technology and reverse-engineered with the guidance of the mysterious observer. Signals pulsed through space, targeting the alien communication network. If successful, the entire fleet could be thrown into chaos. "Prepare the strike teams," Leah ordered. "This is more than defense. This is the moment we fight for the universe, for Earth, for every human life." The fleet launched. Human fighters streaked across the void like meteors, weaving through enemy lines using clever maneuvers no alien had ever anticipated. Missiles and energy pulses fired with deadly precision. Orbital stations and planets served as launch points, as humanity used every advantage of its knowledge, courage, and unpredictability. Meanwhile, deep in the core of the alien command fleet, Lieutenant Hannah Reed and her team infiltrated the central warship. They moved silently through the alien corridors, dismantling defenses and planting disruption devices. The alien crew panicked, unable to comprehend the audacity of humans who dared to strike at the very heart of their empire. Outside, Massive alien warships collided as the disruption devices activated. Communications broke down, shields failed, and the alien fleet fell into chaos. The ancient observer's guidance pulsed like a heartbeat through the galaxy, helping humanity find every weak point. It was neither weapon nor army. It was a force of knowledge, insight, and timing, unseen but undeniable. On Earth, humans watched the skies. Every strike, every explosion, every small victory was broadcast to billions. Children cheered, soldiers fought, and civilians volunteered. Humanity had become a united force, one mind and one spirit. Even in the face of impossible odds, humans adapted. They created solutions on the fly. They inspired one another. They refused to die quietly. Inside the alien command chamber, the council reeled. How is this possible? One elder hissed. They are primitive, yet they destroy everything we built with courage and intellect. Leah led the final assault personally. Her ship soared through the chaos, dodging energy beams, weaving through explosions, and striking at the remaining alien command ships. Every human fighter, every resistance group, every civilian-turned-warrior contributed. Humanity was no longer small. Humanity was unstoppable. And then the observer revealed itself. A colossal energy form, ancient beyond comprehension, appeared in the void. Its presence rippled through space, calming chaos, amplifying humanity's efforts, and exposing alien weaknesses. Leah understood. It had watched. Guided, and now in humanity's final hour, it sided with the species that had proven its worth through courage, intelligence, and unyielding spirit. With the observer's aid, humanity struck the decisive blow. Alien ships erupted in fire, collapsing in orbit. Command centers fell. The remaining forces fled, their superiority shattered. The Galactic Council could only watch as their empire's greatest fleet was undone by a species they had dismissed as weak. Leah breathed deeply, looking over the battlefield. Humanity had won, not because of brute strength, not because of advanced technology alone, but because humans were resilient, adaptive, and courageous. Humans fought with heart, with ingenuity, and with the unshakable will to survive. On Earth, survivors celebrated cautiously. Cities would be rebuilt. The planet had scars, but the species that had faced extinction had endured. Humanity had awakened not just to its own potential, but to its place in the galaxy. Dr. Malik approached Leah. The observer said humans are ready to join the larger universe. To explore, to protect, to create. We've passed a test we didn't even know we were taking. Leah nodded, her gaze on the stars. We fought because we had to. We survived because we refused to quit. And now, the galaxy will remember humanity, not as prey, not as weaklings, but as a species that will fight no matter the odds. Somewhere far in the galaxy, other civilizations took note. Humans were no longer a minor species. They were a force, unpredictable and strong, courageous and united. The story of Earth would inspire countless worlds, and humanity finally looked upward with pride. The war had ended, but the journey had only begun. The stars whispered a promise. The universe had underestimated humans. Once, never again.